you have a close guy friend that everyone says has feelings for you, but you have convinced yourself that he just sees you as a buddy? Or perhaps there is someone special in your life right now, a coworker, a classmate, or an acquaintance who you really like, but you just cannot seem to figure out how he feels about you. If you answered yes to any of these questions, please know that you are certainly not alone. The dance of dating and attraction is often performed in the dark. We are all afraid of rejection, so we hide our true feelings behind layers of friendship, humor, and casualness. When it comes to understanding guys and their feelings, a lot of the time, they can be incredibly hard to read. They might be conditioned to hide their vulnerability, or they might be just as shy and nervous as you are. But the heart always speaks, even when the mouth is silent. If you really want to know how a guy feels about you, there are subtle clues, psychological tells, that reveal the truth. Today, we are going to explore 8 signs that can help you figure out when a guy likes you, so you can stop guessing and start living. The first sign is one that bypasses words entirely. He sends you a lot of nonverbal signs. Communication is so much more than just what we say. In fact, psychology tells us that the vast majority of our communication is nonverbal. Pay close attention to how this guy acts when he is around you. His body is likely screaming what his voice is afraid to whisper. Most people often knowingly or unknowingly send a lot of nonverbal signs and signals that communicate their true feelings toward you. For instance, does he lean in closer when you talk to him? This is a subconscious desire to remove the distance between you, to create an intimate bubble where only the two of you exist. Is he always trying to sit next to you at a group dinner or walk beside you on the sidewalk? Physical proximity is a huge indicator of emotional longing. Furthermore, does he often mirror your actions and gestures? If you take a sip of your drink, does he take a sip of his? If you cross your legs, does he shift his posture? Psychology says these are all common signs of romantic attraction. Mirroring is our way of saying, I am like you, I am in sync with you, and I want to be connected to you. Look also for mutual eye contact that lingers just a second longer than normal, playful touching on the arm or shoulder, or self-conscious behaviors like grooming or fidgeting. If he is fixing his hair or straightening his shirt constantly, he is nervous because he wants to look his best for you. The second sign is all about investment. He spends a lot of time with you. Time is our most valuable currency. We can make more money, but we cannot make more time. Therefore, how a person spends their time is the truest indicator of what they value. If a guy secretly has a crush on you, then he will constantly be looking for ways to see you and spend more time with you. It is as simple as that. He will often come up to talk to you, even about trivial things, just to hear your voice. He will text you a lot, perhaps sending you memes or songs that remind him of you. He will invite you to hang out or do things with him, sometimes creating excuses just to be in your presence. But remember, we have to look at this with compassion for the shy guys too. Some guys might be too shy to initiate direct conversations or ask you on a formal date, especially if you do not know each other that well yet. In these cases, he might just try to run into you or bump into you some more. If you suddenly notice he is taking his coffee break at the exact same time you do, or he happens to be at the library when you are studying, that is rarely a coincidence. He is putting himself in your orbit, hoping that gravity will do the rest and lead to something more. The third sign is a very telling omission. He never talks about other girls around you. This is a subtle point, but it is incredibly significant. Do you think a guy in your life might have some feelings for you? Well, here is one good way to know. Think back to the last few conversations you have had with him. Scan your memory. Has he talked about or mentioned other girls around you in a romantic or interested way? If the answer is no, then that is probably because he likes you. When a man is interested in a woman, he wants to make sure she knows he is available. He does not want to create any barriers or misunderstandings. He is careful not to talk about other girls around you unless someone else brings it up, because he does not want you thinking that he is interested in anyone else. He wants the path to be clear. Now, occasionally, an immature man might try to make you jealous by mentioning others, but a man who genuinely likes you and respects you will generally avoid this because his focus is entirely on you. He wants you to see him as a potential partner, not as someone who is chasing other options. This silence regarding other women is his way of holding space for you and you alone. Moving on to the fourth sign, which is about the depth of your connection. He asks you a lot of questions. When we are indifferent to someone, our conversations are usually surface level. We talk about the weather, the news, or work. But when a guy likes you, he might pay special attention to you and only you. He becomes a student of who you are. He asks you a lot of personal questions because he is trying to build a map of your inner world. He wants to know your history, your dreams, your fears, and your funny quirks. He listens to you attentively when you are talking to him, not just waiting for his turn to speak, but truly absorbing your words. You might notice he remembers small details you mentioned weeks ago, the name of your first pet, your favorite flavor of ice cream, or a story about your grandmother. They might even ask you about your relationship status or what kind of guys you like. This is a reconnaissance mission. He is trying to figure out if he fits the mold of what you are looking for. At the very least, all these questions mean he enjoys talking to you and thinks you are fun and interesting. Curiosity is the highest form of flattery because it says, "I want to know more of you." The fifth sign is linked to our biological roots. He subtly tries to impress you. As cliché and outdated as it may seem, Our evolutionary programming is still very much active. Some guys will try to win over the girl they like by finding ways to impress her, whether it is with his talent, intelligence, strength, or good looks. Why do they do this? Because according to evolutionary psychology theories, we often want to appear our best, most desirable selves in order to entice possible romantic partners into pursuing a relationship with us. It is the human equivalent of a peacock spreading its feathers. So, the next time you are with a guy, try to see if he is making an effort to look nicer for you. Did he start wearing a nicer cologne? Did he get a fresh haircut before seeing you? Or perhaps he tries to seem cooler, friendlier, smarter, or funnier. Maybe he tries to fix something for you to show his competence, or he drops a fact about a topic you are interested in to show his intellect. This performance is not about being fake. It is about vulnerability. He is saying, I hope you find me worthy. I hope you see value in me. It is a sweet, tender attempt to earn your admiration. Speaking of caring for you, that brings us to our next point. Number 6. He is often protective of you. This is a very primal sign of affection. When a man values a woman, his instinct to ensure her safety and well-being kicks in. You may notice him acting more protective towards you than his other friends. Say, for example, he insists on walking you home at night, even if it is out of his way. Or perhaps he stays by your side in a crowded space, using his body as a subtle shield to keep you from getting bumped into. Maybe he is the first one to ask if you are cold and offers you his jacket. If someone is rude to you, he might be quick to defend you. It likely means he sees you as someone he values deeply and wants to protect from harm. This is not about possessiveness or thinking you are weak. It is about care. It is an action that says, your safety matters to me because you matter to me. It is a way of showing love without having to say the words. The 7th sign is something you can see written all over his face. He is always smiling around you. While you might dismiss a guy's smile as a sign that he is simply in a good mood or a generally happy person, psychology says it is worth taking a second to notice, especially if he seems like he is always cheerful around you in particular. We naturally smile at things that bring us joy. You are the source of his dopamine. Does he smile at you in a greeting every time without fail? Does he laugh a lot when you are around, even if your jokes are not that funny? Does he seem to perk up the moment he sees you? Watch for a change in his baseline energy. Maybe he looks tired or serious when he is working at his desk, but the moment you walk into the room, his face lights up and his energy shifts. Pay close attention to how he acts around you and compare it with how he acts around other people. If you notice, he seems happier, lighter, and is always smiling around you, then that could be a clear sign that he likes you. Your presence is the highlight of his day, and his face simply cannot hide it. And finally, the 8th sign is a reflection of that joy. He is always trying to make you smile too. Attraction is a two-way street of emotional contagion. When a guy likes you, he wants you to feel as good as he feels when he is with you. Not only will he be laughing and smiling around you, he will always try to elicit that same reaction from you. Most guys try to crack a few jokes, goof off, or tease the girl they like to make her laugh. Teasing, when done playfully and kindly, is a classic form of flirtation. It creates an inside joke, a shared moment of intimacy that separates the two of you from the rest of the group. Others might take a softer approach and shower her with compliments or thoughtful little gifts, bringing you your favorite coffee, sharing a snack, or sending a funny video. Either way, when a guy seems to constantly be doing things to get your attention and put you in a good mood, then that might be a sign that you have already won his heart. He is investing his energy in your happiness because your happiness is now tied to his own. Now, I want to take a moment to go a little deeper. We have just gone through 8 signs, and perhaps, as you were listening, a specific face popped into your mind. Maybe you felt a little flutter in your chest, a spark of hope. Or maybe you felt a pang of uncertainty because the signals are mixed. I want to remind you that while these signs are helpful guideposts, the most important compass you have is your own intuition. That quiet inner voice that whispers to you when the noise of the world quiets down. Often, we gaslight ourselves. We tell ourselves, "Oh, he is just being nice," or "I am imagining things," because we are terrified of being wrong. We are terrified of the vulnerability that comes with admitting we want to be loved. But usually, if you feel a connection, it is because it is there. Energy is rarely one-sided. If the air feels charged between you, if the silence feels comfortable and heavy with meaning, trust that perception. However, I also want to offer a word of caution and empowerment. It is wonderful to look for signs, but do not let the search for signs become a source of anxiety. Do not spend your days analyzing every text message or dissecting every glance until you are exhausted. You are worthy of love that is clear. You are worthy of love that does not require a detective to decode. If you see these signs and you feel safe to do so, consider being the one to take a small step. Vulnerability is contagious. Sometimes, a guy is waiting for just one green light from you to feel safe enough to reveal his heart. You do not have to confess your undying love. You can simply return the eye contact. You can smile back. You can ask him a personal question. You can create a safe space for him to step into. And if, after all the analyzing, you are still unsure, remember this. You are a complete, whole, and beautiful universe on your own. Whether he likes you or not does not change your value. It does not change your worthiness. It only changes your relationship status. Your happiness is an inside job, and you are the CEO of your own life. So, did anyone in particular come to mind as you were reading this list? I would absolutely love to hear your stories. Are you currently in that will they, won't they phase? Have you experienced a guy doing these things? Talk about your experiences in the comments below. Sharing your story might help someone else feel less alone in their confusion. Do you think any of these signs brought you some new insight? Maybe you realized that his annoying teasing was actually his way of flirting, or that his quietness was actually him listening deeply. Feel free to comment down below with your suggestions, experiences, or feedback. We build this community together, and your voice matters here. Please like and share this with friends that might find value in the video as well. Send it to your best friend who is obsessing over a guy. We all have that friend, or maybe we are that friend. Make sure to subscribe to Happy Aura and join our growing family of mindful souls. We are here to support you in every aspect of your emotional journey. Thank you so much for watching, for breathing with me, and for being open to the possibilities of love. Remember, you are a magnet for miracles. Keep your heart open, keep your boundaries strong, and trust the timing of your life. Let us dig a little deeper into the psychology of why men hide their feelings, shall we? It is easy to get frustrated and ask, why doesn't he just say it? But we must remember that men are often socialized to view vulnerability as a weakness. From a young age, many boys are told not to cry, to be strong, to be stoic. So when they feel the overwhelming, tender, and terrifying wave of love, their first instinct is often to shield it. They are afraid that if they show you their heart, you might break it. They are afraid of losing the friendship you already have. They are afraid of not being man enough for you. When you see him trying to impress you, sign number 5. See it through this lens of fear. He is performing because he wants to be enough for you. When you see him being protective, sign number 6. See it as his way of offering service because he might not know how to offer words. When we understand the fear behind the silence, we can approach the situation with more empathy and less frustration. We can create an environment where he feels safe to put down his shield. This doesn't mean you have to do all the work, but it means you can meet him halfway with kindness and patience. Also, let us reflect on sign number 2, spending time. In our busy digital world, presence is the ultimate present. If someone is putting their phone away to look at you, if they are driving across town to see you for 20 minutes, that is a profound statement. Do not take that for granted. Acknowledge it. Say, I really appreciate you coming to see me. Positive reinforcement works wonders. If he sees that his efforts to be near you are met with warmth, he will be encouraged to do more. He will feel successful in his pursuit. And regarding sign number 7 and 8, smiling and making you smile. Humor is a survival mechanism, but in love, it is a bonding mechanism. Laughter releases endorphins. It bonds two nervous systems together. If you can laugh with someone, you can survive with them. When he teases you, he is testing the bond. He is checking to see if you can play, if you can be silly, if you can let your guard down. So laugh back, tease him back gently. Play is the language of connection. Finally, I want you to trust the process. Love is not a race. It is not a puzzle that needs to be solved by a deadline. If it is meant to be, it will unfold. The confusion is just the chrysalis phase before the butterfly emerges. Stay present in the not knowing. There is a certain sweetness in the mystery, in the stolen glances and the unspoken tension. Enjoy this season for what it is. You are doing great. You are navigating the complex waters of human connection with grace and curiosity. I am cheering for you. I am hoping for the best for you. And I know that the right love, the love that is meant for you, will not miss you. It is making its way to you right now. Believe that. Take one last deep breath with me, in through the nose and out through the mouth. You are ready for whatever comes next. You are strong. You are wise. You are lovable. Go out there and shine.